What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Blind Power. I've been extremely busy getting a lot of end of the semester stuff for school, but today I have a great video for you. I'm going to talk about my two favorite Braille displays that are out right now, like my favorite innovative Braille products. You know, lately, like, we see different generations of Braille displays and you know, all sorts of assistive technology, but usually it's incremental updates, right? It's usually stuff that they keep adding on it and they keep making it better little by little. But today I want to talk about two products that completely changed the game. I saw them both at ATIA this year and they've actually kind of wowed me. I didn't see them at NFB 2018, so therefore they're fairly new. I imagine they just released them fairly recently and they're available for purchase now. So I want to talk about them. The first one is the BraiBook, and the second one is the BraiBook. The BraiBook is a mixture of a Perkins keyboard, the Perkins Braille keyboard with the QWERTY keyboard, and the BraiBook, without the L, is a handheld Braille display that you can read PDFs, documents, all sorts of different reading content. You just drag the files from your computer to it. We're going to talk about them individually now, but the BraiBook is a fairly cool product, and the BraiBook innovates on Braille input for your daily Braille input tasks. So writing essays and doing all this school-related stuff made easier with these two products. So the BraiBook goes for $530. The device is pretty cool because it's handheld. It's like half the width of a computer mouse, and it actually has one cell. You put your finger on the cell, you set the speed, and basically it's got a simple menu where you can change settings, select the documents, and you actually set the speed so that way you can read a book just by one cell, put your finger on it, and basically read the whole book. Now, it will probably take some time to get used to it because you're reading character by character. However, this is pretty cool because if you need to learn some definitions from a book, or you wanna find a way to study from a book in a quick way, and you don't want to pull out your Braille display, you can actually just use this and walk around while reading it, you know, versus a Braille display is a two-handed device. So therefore, you actually have to, you know, be sitting down or have like one of those little pouches, like the old school Braille, what was it called? I forget the name, but it was like one of the old school Braille displays where you hang it and it was like hanging in front of you and you would read while you were walking. Well, basically, since the modern ones, I haven't seen it on the modern ones, this device basically makes it so that with one hand you can be reading your book, and with the other hand you can be holding your cane, holding your guide dog. You can actually be navigating your book while going from point A to point B. So basically it's a convenient way of reading Braille. Now, the BraiBook, which mixes the Perkins Braille keyboard layout and the QWERTY keyboard layout, makes it so that you can write Braille fairly quick, and you can actually use your function keys and all the stuff that's inside of the normal QWERTY keyboard. That's a cool innovation because it mixes both worlds, the Perkins keyboard style and the normal QWERTY keyboard style. Now, why I choose these both? So like the BraiBook, I feel like can make it so that it's a lot easier to write on your computer, because like a lot of the time the Braille displays may not have function keys, or the function keys may be more complicated to accomplish. However, with this, you can just carry around, there's something called an Intel Compute Stick, which is like a tiny little computer, and you can, you know, and you can have yourself a portable Ultrabook that you can carry around you. Just don't have it go to sleep. Just close it, put it in your backpack, and control it from your actual BraiBook. And basically, I feel like it maximizes your workflow. I feel like this device will maximize the way you write and read Braille. I think it's got a 40 cell on the bottom. So it looks to be a 40 cell, but don't quote me on it. The link will be in the description, and it looks pretty cool. Now I'm looking at the Braille XL. I believe there's two of them, the Braille and the Braille XL, but they look really good. I feel like you can maximize your workflow. Now, these devices, I feel like, have changed the way Braille displays work. Like the last innovation I've seen, like, you know, if I'm missing an innovation, please comment down below, let me know. But to my knowledge, the last thing that I was like, wow, this is pretty neat, was the one that Humanware made, the Braille Note, which actually comes with Windows. I mean, that is more expensive, but I feel like the Braille Note was like one of the first innovations in the Braille display market that I was like, wow, this is pretty neat. And then now, you know, we got the Braille, which is another change that I'm like, wow, this is excellent as well. And, you know, we are in the point where technology in general, assistive technology and consumer technology, is kind of stagnant. Like, it's not moving too much, including smartphones and everything. You know, we're getting at the point where we're comfortable. So we're just doing incremental adds. You know, we're doing incremental add-ons to these devices. Oh, you know, we have a little more speed here, or we have a little, you know, a larger, you know, cells. So instead of, instead of a 20, you get 40, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, you get, you know, there's little improvements like that. Or, you know, oh, you know, the Braille bumps are more raised, so they're easier to feel. Like, these little changes. But we haven't seen, like, completely new products since the Braille Note that actually changed the way you know, do your Braille reading and writing tasks every day, your Braille computing tasks. And this device does, the Braille. Now, it's not standalone like the Braille Note. You do need to have it connected through Bluetooth to a computer or a smartphone, but it does increase your productivity by the function keys. You know, sometimes when you want to close something, you do like, oh, Alt F4. Like with the Braille keyboards, there's usually some kind of command that you have to do, right? You know, usually with the Perkins keyboard layout, there's ways to do a lot of stuff, but it's different than QWERTY. And I feel like this mixes the muscle memory from QWERTY and the muscle memory that you already have from Perkins and kind of mixes them both. And carrying these two devices with you around is actually a pretty cool combo, in my opinion. You could be writing an essay, you could be doing something with your Braille, and you could be doing very fast, and then, oh, all of a sudden you need to do, I think it's F7 on Microsoft Word to like do spelling and correction. You just press F7, you know, and then, you know, you can do that. Or, and then while you know, writing your paper, you're like, oh, I need to find this source that was on one of my PDFs. You grab your BraiBook. It's the size of a computer mouse, like half of the width, and you basically just grab it and you find the document you want and you can quickly read through it with one finger. And then you can just continue reading, and you don't have to have, you know, multitask. You don't need to multitask on your Braille display. You don't need to carry around, you know, sometimes you have to like find ways to multitask on your Braille display. So basically you have you know, a standalone Braille device to do your daily task, and then you have I guess you can call it a Braille e-reader that essentially makes reading textbooks, PDFs, documents a lot easier. You know, and say you're on the way to your bus, right? You know, you're getting ready to write that big paper, and you have the BraiBook with you, and you don't need to pull out your big, you know, Braille. You could just grab the BraiBook and start reading up on that, you know, essay you're gonna write, right? You know, you gotta have the files dropped on there, but you know, it's a portable way of reading. So to me, these two Braille devices, I feel like, have changed the way you can, you know, have all your Braille workflow in school. It doesn't matter if you're in, you know, high school or college. I bet, you know, one of these two devices will definitely fit into your workflow just nicely. These two devices, I feel like, have made a big change. Now, yes, I'm telling you all this great stuff, but I still feel like they're a step forward to innovation. Now, what I want to see is, you know, just like the Braille Note, I want to see something that essentially would be like the BraiBook, or perhaps the BraiBook 2 if they come out with it, that basically connects to your smartphone and has like navigation keys, right? And you can use that one little cell to read through your phone, right? You can mute voiceover, and you can basically have that on your other pocket, and you can use it to navigate your phone with Braille. And you know, the BraiBook would be a great companion for your phone if it were able to be connected to your phone, you know, because these Braille displays, for example, like the one I'm talking about, the Q Braille, is great. It connects to your phone, but it's a little bit bigger. So if the BraiBook essentially had this connectivity to your phone or your computer, especially your phone, through Bluetooth, you can basically, you know, use your phone without nobody hearing your screen reader, without wearing headphones. You basically can use navigation keys to go ahead and navigate through your phone. Now, how will typing be taken care of? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how typing, you know, there's certain things that you know, we let, you know, the product designers deal with that stuff, but that's the idea. That I feel like these two devices, you know, are a great change in workflow, but you know, the improvements to these devices, or perhaps even make it even better. Like, I would like the Q Braille to have built-in Windows 10, right? You know, like the Braille No Touch. That would be nice. And I feel like these devices, you know, in 1 or 2 years with the next generation, will drastically improve your day-to-day Braille workflow. So that's my rant on Braille innovation. I feel like we are getting really close to a step forward into microcomputing for Braille displays. Perhaps, you know, I know there's microcomputers are considered laptops and all this stuff, but microcomputers, I'm talking about like the size of your phone, you know, like the BraiBook. It's super small. Like, I want it to connect to the phone. I want the Q Braille to have Windows 10. You know, so these are like I feel like the next couple years, the next generation of these products, they're gonna change their workflow for Braille completely, for Braille usage, Braille writing. So this is excellent. Hopefully this will make, you know, carrying around lots of Braille volumes obsolete. Imagine from carrying tons of Braille volumes on you to being able to hold 40 volumes of Braille in your hand. You know, like, or imagine, you know, having being able to, instead of carrying around, you know, a Braille display in a computer, you know, the second generation Q Braille could possibly have built-in Windows 10. And the Q Braille and the BraiBook, they're still great products. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about, like, I like where these two products are heading. I like where they're heading to, and I'm crazy to see what the new generation, the second generation, is going to be. I know they're both fairly new, but I would like to see what's coming. I feel like this is a step forward to changing the Braille usage workflow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and thank you for all the support. We're actually growing really fast. Like, we hit 400 subscribers in March, and now we're at 422, 423 as I last saw my subscriber count, and our views are doing great too. Like, all the videos are going up, you know, up above 100, you know, views, and I appreciate it. I feel like we're growing at a great rate. And now I am actually going to send my little intro of who we are here at Blind Power to Blind to Billionaire. They're doing a great little promotion thing. So if you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook group, you know, you can promote yourself on Blind to Billionaire. I'm going to put the link to that in the description as well, because I will be putting a video, sending them my intro that they're going to be putting in a video in Blind to Billionaire. Basically, they're advertising all the blind or visually impaired content creators. So if you're a content creator and you're blind or visually impaired, then, you know, the link's in the description. So I'll be showing up on hopefully on their list of creators and video they're going to be doing. So enough ranting about that. I'm excited. Hopefully that's going to give us a great improvement in our a big growth in our channel. I feel like you know, the more we spread the word about Blind Power, the better. You know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Hit the subscribe button and remember to enable the notification bell to get all notifications of Blind Power uploads. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.